gotta fight to win. Fight to win. Fight to win. I'ma say it again. You gotta fight to win. Fight to win. It ain't over till it's over. It's about to begin. I'm so dedicated.
Good morning. Good Monday morning. Thank you for joining and tuning in to Endie Fiya's Monday Motivation. This is your man Causso, the My Struggle is My Strength motivational speaker. I hope that everyone is great. Hope that everyone is doing well, and I hope everybody had a great weekend. This past week was very eventful, to say the least. So I hope that everyone is staying safe, and I hope you guys are. Hope everyone is still wearing their masks, because that is still important. And before we get started, I'd like to thank Endie Fiya for giving me this opportunity to speak. You can tune in to her show at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays for music, entertainment news, and daily inspiration for everyone. That's right, guys. You can go to Blog Talk Radio /Endie Fiya. That's ENDIE, and Fiya is FIYA. Check it out, guys, and tell Causso sent you. We kicked off our Head First series discussing mind management, and if you missed it, you missed a good treat because we had so much fun. We really enjoyed that thing, and I highly recommend that you guys go back and you listen, because we discussed how your mind is your greatest asset. You can titrate this process of managing your mind by first being responsible for what goes in your mind and what goes out of your mind. And in order to do that, you have to guard it and you have to protect it with all diligence. And in addition to that, you have to detox your mind. You must detox your mind from destructive thoughts and replace them with thoughts of purity and thoughts that are honorable and right. And finally, you must feed your mind. Feed your mind on what will free your mind. And what will free your mind is the truth. And that truth is the good news. Today, it's my desire to kind of lay down some foundational tools that we can extrapolate, for the betterment of ourselves. And the creator of all things governs the world through algorithms of laws and principles. There's the law of gravity. What goes up must come down. We also have the law of honor. Honor is the seed for access. When you plant honor in the soil, you gain access to blessings, and in return, you will receive honor. So that's the law of honor. And then there's a law of motion. For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction, right? We all should know these laws. And it really doesn't matter if you reside in Mozambique or if you live in Los Angeles. The same laws and principles apply if you appropriate them. A law is something that's established. It's reliable and it's unchanging and it's dependable. And I discovered this law to be true. And that law is, as long as the earth remains, there will always be planting and harvest, cold and heat, winter and summer, day and night. We know this to be true because every morning the sun comes up, right? And every night the moon shows up to the party. They're on this continuous cycle, right? And that's why every year we have the summer and the winter and the fall and the spring. And there's this fertilization process that everything must encounter for it to reach its maximal potential. Whether it's a fetus or whether it's something agricultural like a seed. But it's most challenging for people to understand agriculture terms living in the app store world, right? Most consumers don't know how to farm and probably have never been taught. Principle number one. Principle number one is seed time. Everything starts with a seed. Sowing and reaping is about planting seeds. Those seeds will eventually germinate, and the harvest is typically gathered once the seed reaches its maturity. So, let's say someone is sowing a peach tree seed, right? You're planting the seed in the ground. That seed will not only grow, but it will multiply, and it yields multiple peaches, right? So this principle not only applies to physical seeds, the words you speak are likened to seeds as well, right? So principle number 2 says that you reap what you sow. Whether you're speaking words that are egregious or positive, you're planting seeds. So if your words are hateful, and if your words are doubtful and fearful, you will reap that negative harvest. Even the deeds that people do are referred to as seeds. So if you're sowing seeds of peacefulness and justice and treat people like how you want to be treated, that will be reciprocated. I love what the English novelist Charles Reed said. He said, sow an act and you'll reap a habit. Sow a habit and you'll reap a character. Sow a character and you'll reap a destiny. So let's not mistake this. God cannot be mocked. Whatever you plant is what you'll harvest. You know, you could even become a botanist and study the genealogy of seeds. But I'm going to tell you a secret. The only way you really know the seed's potential is to plant it. You know, could it be possible that right now in your life, maybe you're feeling like there's got to be more to life than just this. And while we all are watching and waiting for life to return back to some kind of normalcy, and we're all frustrated and angry about what's happening around the world on a global scale, we really should pause and take a minute and look within and observe ourselves, internalizing and realizing the potential that's already residing in us. You know, the gifts and talents and ideas that's already in us. Those things that you're passionate about. Maybe, I don't know, maybe you're a content creator on TikTok, or maybe you have a passion for culinary. I don't know what that is. You do. And whatever that gift or talent is, it's just in a mature form, lying dormant. And planting is the only way you see it. You know, and planting is the only way you'll see what it can be. That's the only way to grow it. The soul will perform its job. It will break open the seed, and it will push the potential out of the seed. You know, I would never have embarked upon the opportunities, and I never would have met the people that are in high positions if I never would have planted my seeds. King Solomon, the wisest man I know, speaks on this principle. He says, one person gives freely and gains even more. Another one withholds unduly but comes to poverty. He also says a generous person will come to prosper. Whoever refreshes another will be refreshed. You know, Solomon he's depicting from his own personal experience. You know, he's observing that people that gave freely also received. People that were refreshed others. And the people that were kind and nice were also a recipient. Principle number 3. It is better to give than receive. And I think that this is the hardest principle for most people to appropriate. You know, this is the only way that you can receive is to open your hand. You know, a closed hand can't receive anything. You have to open your hand. You have to give so that you can receive. And you're not giving, you know, to receive, you know, anything. You're giving out of the goodness of your heart. You're giving out the goodness of your mind. So as we are recapping, principle number 1 says everything starts with a seed. Sowing and reaping is about planting seeds. You know, you possess gifts and talents and ideas, but you must plant it so it can multiply and so it can yield multiples. Principle number 2, you reap what you sow. Whether you're speaking positively or negatively, you're planting seeds. And if you sow words of hate and doubt and fear, you will reap that negative harvest. Join us next week in the continuation of our Head First series. We will be subsetting the series with the title called The Power of the P. That's potential. It's your man, Causso. I want you guys to follow me on Instagram at ms_is_ms. I want you guys to stay safe. Have a phenomenal week. And remember that saving lives starts with you.